Top 10 major body organ systems that you need to know. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform a complex function. All of these are required for survival, either of the person or of the species. A body system is a collection of parts able to work together to serve a common purpose: growth, reproduction and survival. This video brought to you by Top 10 Best Facts channel, that will educate you about life, lifestyle, and all the best and everything the world can offer. Body systems are groups of organs and tissues that work together to perform important jobs for the body. Some organs may be part of more than one body system if they serve more than one function. Other organs and tissues serve a purpose in only one body system. Here are the top 10 major body system that requires our body to work. 1. Circulatory system. When we think of, and talk about, the circulatory system, we're usually talking about the cardiovascular system, which includes the 1. Heart. The heart is a muscular organ about the size of a fist, located just behind and slightly left of the breastbone. The heart pumps blood through the network of arteries and veins called the cardiovascular system. 2. Blood vessels, arteries and veins. The major blood vessels connected to your heart are the aorta, the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, the pulmonary artery, which takes oxygen-poor blood from the heart to the lungs where it is oxygenated. 3. The blood itself. Blood is a body fluid in humans and other animals that delivers necessary substances such as nutrients and oxygen to the cells and transports metabolic waste products away from those same cells. In vertebrates, it is composed of blood cells suspended in blood plasma. The circulatory system transports oxygen nutrients to all corners of the body and carries away byproducts of metabolism. In order for blood to make it everywhere it needs to go, the circulatory system maintains the blood flow within a certain pressure range. Blood pressure that's too high puts undue stress on other organs and tissues. Low blood pressure means the blood, and its nutrients, won't make it to where it needs to go. High blood pressure kills you slowly while low blood pressure can kill you immediately. 2. Lymphatic system. The heart and blood vessels are not the only organs circulating fluid around the body, and blood is not the only circulated fluid. The lymphatic system transports lymph, a fluid, using 1. Lymph vessels, are thin-walled vessels, tubes, structured like blood vessels, that carry lymph. As part of the lymphatic system, lymph vessels are complementary to the cardiovascular system. 2. Lymph nodes, are small glands that filter lymph, the clear fluid that circulates through the lymphatic system. They become swollen in response to infection and tumors. Lymphatic fluid circulates through the lymphatic system, which is made of channels throughout your body that are similar to blood vessels. 3. Lymph ducts, a small bean-shaped structure that is part of the body's immune system. Lymph glands filter substances that travel through the lymphatic fluid, and they contain lymphocytes, white blood cells, that help the body fight infection and disease. There are hundreds of lymph glands found throughout the body. 4. Various glands: thyroid gland, pituitary gland, hypothalamus, pineal gland, adrenal glands, pancreas, sweat glands, sebaceous glands. The lymphatic system is key for immunity, blood pressure regulation, digestion, and other functions. The lymphatic system is the drainage system of the body, carrying excess fluid, proteins, fats, bacteria, and other substances away from the cells and spaces between cells to be filtered, excreted, and recycled. 3. Respiratory system. It's responsible for breathing, which is the controlled movement of air in and out of the body, ventilation, and the movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide into and out of the bloodstream, respiration. The respiratory system contains the 1. Lungs, are a pair of spongy, air-filled organs located on either side of the chest, thorax. 2. Trachea, windpipe, conducts inhaled air into the lungs through its tubular branches, called bronchi. 3. Airways of the respiratory tree. Together, the trachea and the two primary bronchi are referred to as the bronchial tree. At the end of the bronchial tree lie the alveolar ducts, the alveolar sacs, and the alveoli. 4. Integumentary system is unique because it is the only single organ system. Skin is both an organ and the entire organ system. 1. Sweat glands, also known as sudoriferous or sudoriparous glands, are small tubular structures of the skin that produce sweat. Sweat glands are a type of exocrine gland, which are glands that produce and secrete substances onto an epithelial surface by way of a duct. 2. Hair follicles, is an organ found in mammalian skin. It resides in the dermal layer of the skin and is made up of 20 different cell types, each with distinct functions. The hair follicle regulates hair growth via a complex interaction between hormones, neuropeptides, and immune cells. 3. Lots of nerves. Nerves are a part of the nervous system. They are primarily involved in control and the coordination of all the parts of the body. The nervous system not only sends and receives messages but also processes them into chemical signals called impulses in the human body. 5. Endocrine system includes all the glands that secrete hormones into the bloodstream. The endocrine system and the nervous system are generally considered two of the most complicated systems in the body. The endocrine system mostly regulates metabolism and utilizes the products of digestion. 6. Gastrointestinal, digestive, system, GI, system is colloquially known as the gut. It includes all the organs that carry food from where it enters to where it exits, including the 1. Esophagus, is a muscular tube connecting the throat, pharynx, with the stomach. The esophagus is about 8 inches long, and is lined by moist pink tissue called mucosa. The esophagus runs behind the windpipe, trachea, and heart, and in front of the spine. 2. Stomach is a muscular organ located on the left side of the upper abdomen. The stomach receives food from the esophagus. As food reaches the end of the esophagus, it enters the stomach through a muscular valve called the lower esophageal sphincter. The stomach secretes acid and enzymes that digest food. 3. Intestines are a long, continuous tube running from the stomach to the anus. Most absorption of nutrients and water happen in the intestines. The intestines include the small intestine, large intestine, and rectum. The small intestine, small bowel, is about 20 feet long and about an inch in diameter. 7. Urinary, excretory, system. These organs work together to filter blood and remove toxins and waste from body tissues. The removal of excess fluid through the urinary system also helps to regulate blood pressure. The urinary system is made up of the 1. Kidneys, are a pair of bean-shaped organs on either side of your spine, below your ribs and behind your belly. Each kidney is about 4 or 5 inches long, roughly the size of a large fist. The kidney's job is to filter your blood. 2. Ureters, is a tube that carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. There are 2 ureters, one attached to each kidney. The upper half of the ureter is located in the abdomen and the lower half is located in the pelvic area. The ureter is about 10 to 12 inches long in the average adult. 3. Bladder, the urinary bladder, or simply bladder, is a hollow muscular organ in humans and other vertebrates that stores urine from the kidneys before disposal by urination. In the human, the bladder is a hollow distensible organ that sits on the pelvic floor. 4. Urethra, is a thin, fibromuscular tube that begins at the lower opening of the bladder and extends through the pelvic and urogenital diaphragms to the outside of the body, called the external urethral orifice. 8. Musculoskeletal system. Its primary functions include supporting the body, allowing motion, and protecting vital organs. These are the following. 1. Skeleton. At the simplest level, the skeleton is the framework that provides structure to the rest of the body and facilitates movement. The skeletal system includes over 200 bones, cartilage, and ligaments. 2. All the muscles, tendons, and ligaments attached to it. The 3 types of muscles in the body are 1. Striated, skeletal or voluntary, is a muscle tissue that features repeating functional units called sarcomeres. The presence of sarcomeres manifests as a series of bands visible along the muscle fibers, which is responsible for the striated appearance observed in microscopic images of this tissue. 2. Smooth, visceral or involuntary, is a type of muscle tissue which is used by various systems to apply pressure to vessels and organs. Smooth muscle is composed of sheets or strands of smooth muscle cells. These cells have fibers of actin and myosin which run through the cell and are supported by a framework of other proteins. 3. Cardiac, heart muscle. Cardiac muscle, also called heart muscle or myocardium, is one of 3 types of vertebrate muscles, with the other 2 being skeletal and smooth muscles. It is involuntary, striated muscle that constitutes the main tissue of the walls of the heart. Only striated muscle is in the musculoskeletal system. 9. Nervous system is incredibly detailed and includes the only tissue that isn't fed directly through contact with blood. The nervous system includes the 1. Brain is the most complex part of the human body. This 3-pound organ is the seat of intelligence, interpreter of the senses, initiator of body movement, and controller of behavior. Lying in its bony shell and washed by protective fluid, the brain is the source of all the qualities that define our humanity. 2. Spinal cord is a long, thin, tubular structure made up of nervous tissue, which extends from the medulla oblongata in the brainstem to the lumbar region of the vertebral column. It encloses the central canal of the spinal cord, which contains cerebrospinal fluid. 3. All the nerves connected to both of these organs. There are basically 2 major types of nerves, sensory and motor. Sensory nerves send information such as touch, temperature, and pain to the brain and spinal cord. 10. Reproductive system. The reproductive system, the only system that is split into 2 parts. We have male and female organs. 1. Penis is the male organ used for urination and sexual intercourse. The penis is located above the scrotum. It is made of spongy tissue and blood vessels. The shaft of the penis surrounds the urethra and is connected to the pubic bone. The foreskin covers the head, glands, of the penis. 2. Testicles, or testis, plural testes, is the male reproductive gland or gonad in all animals, including humans. It is homologous to the female ovary. The functions of the testes are to produce both sperm and androgens, primarily testosterone. The other half has 3. Vagina is an elastic, muscular canal with a soft, flexible lining that provides lubrication and sensation. The vagina connects the uterus to the outside world. The vulva and labia form the entrance, and the cervix of the uterus protrudes into the vagina, forming the interior end. 4. Uterus is a hollow muscular organ located in the female pelvis between the bladder and rectum. The ovaries produce the eggs that travel through the fallopian tubes. Once the egg has left the ovary, it can be fertilized and implant itself in the lining of the uterus. 5. Ovaries are the female gonads, the primary female reproductive organs. These glands have 3 important functions. They secrete hormones, they protect the eggs a female is born with, and they release eggs for possible fertilization. This is the only organ system that is not complete in any one body and requires another person, or medical intervention, to complete its mission. Healthy living is a lifelong effect. Being healthy includes healthy eating, physical activities, weight management, and stress management. Good health allows people to do many things. A healthy lifestyle also incorporates a balanced diet. If any system in your body isn't working properly, other systems are affected. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Mabuhay.